If you could talk to your future self, what would you say? Would you ask for hope? Forgiveness? A second chance? In the next 25 minutes, you have a challenge to complete. Some words are missing, and only those who truly listen will uncover the truth behind this letter. A letter to the future self. Today is one of those days when getting out of bed feels impossible. I stare at the ceiling, trying to remember something good. A moment, a laugh, a scent. Anything that could make my chest hurt a little less. But nothing comes. Just silence and this feeling of being empty. The house is too quiet. The walls feel bigger. The chair where she used to sit is still there, but now it's just dust. I try to write something that makes sense, but everything comes out wrong. Maybe because my mind feels just like that, confused. Still, I write to you, because deep down, deep down, I think you still exist, even if I can't see a future right now. Even if everything looks dark, I write to you. Maybe you're better than me. Maybe you managed to sleep through the night without guilt. Maybe you found the boys' laughter again. Maybe you have a little peace. Today, there's none of that. Only cold coffee, overdue bills, and a backpack on the floor. The same backpack where I used to keep my dreams. I don't know if you still carry this pain, but if you do, I hope at least it taught you something. I'm not a hero. I'm not a martyr. I'm just a tired man, trying not to disappear. Do you remember who we were before all of this? When we used to talk about traveling the world? When we had the courage to dream? Today, there's no trip, no courage. Only this paper, this pen, and a fragile hope. But with that, I end this part, because even broken, even alone, I still write to you. And maybe, just maybe, that means there's still a spark. I hope you made that spark into fire, even if it's only enough to warm a cold night. There are some things I need to get off my chest. And if there's someone who might understand, it's you. I wish I could say it was all just a mistake, but it wasn't. They were my choices. At first, it seemed harmless. A click, a number, a chance. That's all I needed, a chance. We just wanted a better life, remember? Buy a house, trade the bike, take the kids to the park and say, pick any ice cream you want. But the promise was too good to be true, and I got stuck. The more I lost, the more I tried to get it back. And the more I tried, the more I lost myself. There was a day, maybe you remember, when we lied to her. Said we got a delivery bonus, but the money came from a bet. And the truth is, that day, I felt ashamed of myself. I tried to stop. I tried to promise. I tried to hide it. But the truth always finds a way. It showed up in her eyes, in my children's silence, in the mirror when I no longer knew who I was. So many things I lost while trying to win. So many moments I could have lived, but traded for a blinking screen. Do you remember the little one's birthday? The one I promised I'd make it on time? Well, I stayed in the bathroom, sitting on the toilet, door locked, betting I didn't win. And even if I had, what I lost that day, no money could ever bring back. Sometimes I wonder if you managed to say sorry to them, if you found the courage, or if you still carry this knot in your throat like I do right now. Part of me wanted to disappear, but another part wanted to scream to the world, I messed up, but I'm not just Bat. I'm also the one who taught our son how to ride a bike, who spent hours drawing with them on the living room floor, who cried in secret when he saw the family leave, not out of anger, but out of pain. I'm not a monster. The game broke me. And maybe, just maybe, this is the first step toward finding myself again. If you've become someone who can look in the mirror without fear, then it was worth it. Every word of this letter, every tear that fell while I wrote it. If you reading this, it means you survived. And that already means a lot. Because I know how hard it was, how endless the nights felt, how guilt, fear, and shame tried to drown you. Maybe things still aren't perfect. Maybe you still feel a weight in your chest, a quiet emptiness that visits now and then. But if you made it this far, it's because you chose to keep going. And hey, that's what courage looks like. Courage isn't winning every time. It's getting back up after falling hard. It's reaching out to yourself when no one else believes in you. I wrote this letter on one of the worst days of my life, sitting on the floor, heart in pieces, with voices in my head saying it was over. But deep inside, there was still a spark. Something tiny, almost nothing, but real. It was the hope to see the sunrise again, without guilt. To have coffee with the kids, even if it was just bread and margarine. To hear a little voice say, "Dad, look," and feel like maybe they still saw something good in me. I don't know if life got easier for you, if the debts went away, if she forgave you, if the kids came back home. But I hope, with all that's left in me, I hope you've learned to breathe lightly, that you found small reasons to smile again, that you've forgiven yourself, not to forget, but to move forward. And if none of that happened, if it still hurts, if it still reigns inside you, then read this out loud. You are not alone. Not now, not anymore. There is someone here who believed in you when no one else did. Someone who wrote this letter, not to judge, but to remind you. You are still worthy of love. Even flawed, even broken, still worthy. And if you manage to build something new from the pieces of everything that broke, then please smile for both of us. For the man who cried while writing this, for the father who didn't give up, For the human who fell but chose to rise again, slowly, one step at a time. If you've made it this far, then something inside you is still beating. And even if it's small, that's already everything. Maybe the world doesn't see it yet. Maybe you still feel invisible. But I see you. I see the boy who wanted to be a role model, the man who just wanted to be enough. And in the end, he was, because he didn't give up. You thought this was just a letter, but really, it was a mirror, a reminder of who you are. Even with the mistakes, you still fought. You didn't lose the war. Some battles, yes, but not the war. Never. And if you've made peace with your story, then this letter did what it came to do. But if you're still somewhere in the middle, that's okay. We keep going. Slowly. No rush. No pressure. Breathe. Just that. One more time. And if you can, smile. Smile for both of us. For the you of yesterday who wrote this letter in the dark. For the you of today who's still reaching for the light. And for the you of tomorrow who might finally feel at home inside your own chest. Now, maybe it's your turn to write your own letter to your future self. It doesn't have to be perfect or long, just honest. Whisper your dreams, one word at a time, like someone planting hope in the silence of the night.